Fuck.
Broadcasting live from oh so many parts unknown. Joining me as always on the sticks. He's that bad dad of COD. You might know him as Muscle V. You might know him as your king of COD, but we know him as Dixie.
Yo, yo.
And our associate producer. He's the head of sales and our new noisemaker. He is Radley.
What?
And he's off mic.
Why is he a spider robot? Like, what's happening?
I don't know. And our executive, our re-promoted executive producer. He's the man that shirts have forgotten. He is the Pantsman.
I could use a drink.
For the record, I'm not sure re-promoted is a word. So let's just talk about that one.
We'll talk
How about
it on the
undemoted?
show.
Is
Okay,
undemoted work?
How about be quiet? And you can feel free to ask me anything for IMGs, and I welcome you to another edition of Call of Daddy 2. Tonight, we talk about Martin Luther King. How we're going to honor him? We're going to lie about him in another segment of Liar Liar Pantsman on Fire. But before we go doing any libel, Muscle V, what happened last time?
Last time on COD Daddies, our heroes once again held a drinking episode with a special guest from a different country, Bird Ferguson. With Bird being our first ever international guest, the heroes had to discuss anything and everything junk food related from all over the world. Moving on to the main event, the heroes created the best junk food pairings in all of the land. With Muscle V on a hot streak, he dominated in these categories and has officially began his reign. With the heroes continuing their kill battles, the score stands as follows with Muscle V at 24 and Jeeves at 19. Let's see what happens next.
Woo! Welcome back, gang. How are we doing tonight?
I mean, yeah, good.
Fantastic. Can't complain.
Fine.
Can't complain.
I doubt that's true. I'm sure you will be complaining tonight. We got a lot to do, a lot to go over. We missed last week. Once again, I think Sweet Daddy Elon was off the news cycle for like 10 minutes, so naturally he targeted us. Muscle V, you doing all right, buddy?
Yeah, doing fine.
Well, we missed it because you had the sniffles last week, right?
Did not have the sniffles, but all good now.
Did you have COVID? Were you COVID?
I did not have COVID.
I was going to say, you have to tell me if you're COVIDing.
Because that affects you how?
I have to report it to the CDC.
Am I still the only one on this call that has not had COVID?
I have not had it.
I haven't
Oh,
had
you haven't?
COVID.
Oh,
Wait, none of you have had it?
No.
Well, unless I had it secretly.
Yeah, same. Yeah, but I've never tested positive.
I forgot you guys are all anti-testers.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I
You're
test myself a
anti-testing.
lot.
Yeah. How do you do?
I continue to. I guess technically I failed the test, right? Because I'm negative, so I failed.
A reminder of our college days.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe none of you have had it. That's crazy.
Well, we're not idiots.
Well, anyway, we're healthy tonight. We're back at it.
Yeah, we're a black rabbit. Is that what you said?
We're back at it. I
thought you called me a black rabbit. Okay.
You're certainly a black rabbit.
Okay.
That white rabbit's very popular. Is a black rabbit a thing?
Hey, there's two guys down here.
Oh yes, we're also playing a game. Okay, let's just get into things early. Boo boy, can you go over some rules for us tonight? This is once again another drinking episode, as we've been doing every Thursday, except last week.
Alrighty, welcome to January 19th episode of COD Daddies, whatever the name of our show is. I'm gonna.
Let's give the year too. Don't just say the date.
Oh, sorry. Listeners, don't listen to the last part. Welcome to the January 19th, 2023 episode of COD Daddies.
And what is the date on the Jewish calendar?
I don't have enough time to look that up.
It's probably I think it's the 11th month of the Jewish calendar.
Not the 11th month. I'm going to go over the rules as I am. Everyone knows me as being the rules guy. Like, you look back at me and say, he's a rules guy. So we're going to go over the rules. Okay.
I think I know you're being facetious, but you're a rule maker. You're not a rule follower.
100%. That's actually what I said to someone at work today. And now I'm going
Gotta kill.
Well, I think we're supposed to drink.
Great segue to our first rule. Every time
We'll find
someone
out.
gets a kill, we all drink.
All right, let's take a drink for that.
If our computer players do not get a kill, then we all drink.
Just to clear things up, we are not. Neither one of us are playing on a computer.
I don't think our listeners need to know that information.
I think it's important you did.
If it doesn't matter, I'm not going to remember.
Wait,
this.
go back to that bathroom real quick, right? Jeeves.
Take a drink.
That's a drink.
Explain why, please,
Bill.
Because if you go, go other bathroom.
Oh no, he was telling me to explain.
No, right there. Yeah, you can get a soft revive in there.
Oh my god. This is the longest it's ever taken to get the rules, and we are only doing it in the order in which we break them.
If somebody gives any personal information, crap, I did it myself, then we all drink.
I mean,
take a drink.
If Pantsman rants on about stuff that nobody really cares about, then we all drink.
Buckle up.
If anyone talks about recently dead celebrity David Crosby, unfortunately, then we all drink.
Can we just expand that to any recently dead celebrity?
Nope.
Okay.
I would like to go back to the last rule about anytime Pantsman drones on about something nobody cares about. I got bad news. We're going to get wasted because this entire episode is going to be Pantsman talking about things nobody cares about.
This is a heavy episode, isn't it?
We're gonna be doing a segment later. If any of our participants pass out during my segment, then we all drink. Even the person who passed out.
That's
confusing, but sure.
I mean, they drink when they wake up.
Yeah, well, that's fine. If anybody says anything that is mean about the Baltimore Ravens, I don't know why, that's random. Then we all drink.
Weird random pull.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to drink to that.
Yeah, I'm going to drink to that as well.
Yeah. And last but not least, maybe the most important rule in everything is if we do anything tonight where we have to donate $100 to any charity, then we chug a beer.
Oh yeah, we've been on quite a roll. I think we probably ran into those issues last time. Go back, check out our previous episode talking to our international guest from Ireland. Super fun. Great episode, but we probably owe some people some money. Anyway, thank you, Boo. That was very long.
Yeah.
You did good enough.
As a throwback to our first season episodes, I give you the Killing Time Award for really killing some quality time.
Well, we started a little early, which is unusual for us. So I think you had to fill in an extra minute or two for blocking's sake. So thank you, buddy.
That's what I'm here for, bro.
I'm sorry, what is that voice?
That's just how I talk. Oh God, I cracked my voice.
Can't even keep it up.
Did you do helium right before talking? What was that?
Are we still doing like good updates? Is that still a thing?
What?
What?
I just have a positive update I'd like to share.
I would love for you to share a good update. That would be great. You can do that any episode, by the way.
I'm not sure. This is not that exciting. Just warning you.
Okay, then don't share it.
Well, just let Boo be Boo. Let Boo be Boo. Okay.
I regret this already.
I think we've talked about this, but somebody like me, or I'll just say like me, should not deserve to have such a nice office. And for some reason, I do at the place I work. To make it even more ridiculous, I thought it was necessary.
For our friends of the show that have been longtime listeners, this is the office where you complain because they spelled your name with the abbreviation of your name?
Correct. To make things even more ridiculous, I decided I wanted a second screen, but because I'm an insane person, I got a 50-inch TV hooked up as my second screen. So,
For your computer?
Yeah. Yeah, so now I have a computer and a 50-inch TV. I'll send you guys a photo in our group chat, but it does look insane.
Is the other monitor like a 14-inch, like a regular?
Yeah,
That's like a laptop monitor.
Yeah, well, it's a little larger than that, but it looks insane.
Yeah.
That's bigger than my actual television.
In this photo, the TV doesn't look as big as it does in real life.
Pantsman, you got to up the TV. Like I was rocking a 45 in college.
Here's the thing. I had every intention of upping the TV, but then I remembered that I don't watch things. So like I watch sitcoms from the 90s. I don't need high quality giant TV for that.
Speaking of sitcoms from the 90s, I just rewatched every episode of Step by Step. Not worth it. You don't have to do that, listeners. You do not have to do that.
You also, just for the record, you could have thrown in the towel at any point when you realized that it wasn't worth it. It's not like that's a show. It's not like you thought, maybe if I just wait till the next episode, it'll start to get good. You could have known that it was never going to get better.
I like to finish when I started.
There's like some real watching momentum. Like once you've started something, it's like you might as well finish it.
Agreed.
I don't think I've ever stopped something I've been watching on my own.
Really? I feel like I'm somebody that will absolutely, like I'm a completist. If it's something I like, even if it starts to get really bad, I tend to finish it. But if I don't like something, I will decide it's just all around bad and not finish it.
Here's the other thing.
I'm gonna challenge when you say you're a completionist. I'd say you're not.
Fair.
Me and Jeeves also really like train wrecks. So I think part of the reason why we keep watching is we just want to see how bad it will get.
That's fair. I will also say sometimes like I watched the Crown. I watched the first 2 episodes and it didn't grab me, so I stopped. And then like 4 seasons were released in the meantime. And then I finally decided, let's give that 3rd episode a try. And I really liked it. And so I binged the rest of the show.
Me and Lil Fuse are watching The Crown, and we got caught up in like season 3. It got real boring. Loved season 1, loved season 2. Season 3 was garbage.
I enjoyed the every season. I don't think they were all equal, but I did enjoy every season.
Anyway, so it is a drink along episode. Thank you again, Boo, for the rules. So let's start with you, Muscle V. What are you drinking tonight?
Going back to the classic, the lemon drop. No, I'm kidding. I'm not drinking lemon drop.
It threw me off.
The Jack and Coke, obvi.
If you were just ripping shots every time we had to drink, that'd be amazing.
That's a great thing.
Jack and Honey Coke?
Yep, Jack and Honey Coke.
Why are you calling it just a Jack and Coke now? You have to specify that it's Honey Coke.
It's what it is. It's Jack and Coke.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Very clearly a different drink.
Okay, Jack and Honey Coke.
Here's how you know. You never do regular Jack and Coke.
I'm trying to save words.
Why?
Kevin did it. I can do it too.
Who?
From The
Office, Kevin?
Yeah.
That's your inspo for being internet famous?
Yep.
Perfect. Can't believe we're not in every household already. All right, Boo, what are you drinking tonight?
Yeah, so as most of you guys know, I'm a Southerner. So I am drinking...
You're not allowed to say... I don't think we knew that. I'm going to take a drink for that.
First off, I give nothing away. I'm a Southerner. I could live in the North and still consider myself a Southerner.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I don't. I do not. I'm drinking Southern Tier 2X Haze.
Southern Tier, based out of New York?
Famously one of the southern states.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that's not the Southern they mean, but okay.
I just want to say
2-tier, that's like a big IPA, right?
Yeah.
I don't like it's not my favorite.
The biggest takeaway for our listeners is that I'm a Southerner.
Yeah, once again, proving that by drinking Southern Tier, probably not getting it done. Is it good? You enjoying it?
Yeah, it's in the spot.
Good. I guess I'll go next. I am drinking a lovely peanut butter porter. Yeah, chocolate peanut butter porter. I don't know if I've had this on the show or not. It's Purple Monkey Dishwasher is the name.
Sorry, what?
Purple Monkey Dishwasher is the name.
Great name.
I know. 100% why I bought it. It's a fantastic drink.
Is that the brewery or is that the name of the beer?
That is the name of the beer. The brewery is Evil Genius.
All of this is working for me.
Right? 100%. And there's almost no packaging. It's just showing off. It's got a great name. It's great. Highly recommend. Also, it's a really good beer. You have to like peanut butter, but you know.
Well, I do.
Get yourself one if you find it.
I'll have to.
It can be sold in stores probably.
I'm gonna leave right now.
I got one. How about you go?
But you just started hearing the background like car noises, traffic.
We're just
Me checking out
of the grocery
I never
store.
mute. Like you keep saying, can you just mute while you're doing that? No, I never do.
Notoriously bad muter, Pantsman. All right, buddy. What are you drinking, Pantsman?
All right.
you
So you
brewing
already know what I'm drinking because I told you well ahead of time. I've lost my mind. This is what happens when you aren't a daddy and you don't have children. You just have lots of free time and can do insane things. So
I am envious. Like this would be very difficult for me to arrange.
So basically, PepsiCo has discontinued the Sierra Mist, which
Spoiler alert.
Not a spoiler. That's just what they did.
Don't know why you're saying spoiler alert. There's nothing spoiler about this at all.
It's not how spoilers work.
It is, if you're not familiar with the Sierra Mist, it is their lemon lime soda.
Spoiler
akin to
alert.
A Sprite or a 7-Up. And they've replaced it with something called Starry. So what I've done is, just out of pure blind curiosity, I have bought a Sierra Mist, Starry, but I also went and grabbed a Sprite and a 7-Up, and then I'm going to taste test all of them and decide which is the best. And to do this, I have 5 glasses. I just happen to have 5 glasses, so I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll use that 5th glass. And so I have poured 1 shot of each of the 4 sodas into one of the glasses to see what a matchup of all of them tastes like. And so I've made it blind. I've mixed them up, so I can't tell. I've written on the bottom of the cup what the name of each drink is. I no longer know which is which, and I have double blindfolded myself. So this is a scientific double blind study now. So
when you say you've double blinded yourself, what do you mean?
I have taken a blindfold, wrapped it around my eyes, and then I took another blindfold and wrapped it around my ears.
That is fucking science. Let's go.
Can I ask one clarifying question? Did
Yes.
you buy 2 things of Sierra Mist? And I'll tell you why in a second.
I could not find just like a can of Sierra Mist,
Okay,
but I
good.
could find a 6-pack of those little cans, like 8-ounce
Yeah.
cans. So I bought that.
The reason why I ask is save those. Maybe one day it'll be worth a lot of money.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's absolutely a horrible idea. Okay, what are the players we got tonight? Can you review them again?
all right. The options are Starry, which is the new one, Sierra Mist, which is actually dead, Sprite, which is like the most popular lemon lime soda, and 7-Up, which I think is the original lemon lime soda.
Correct. Yep.
Now, I have been actually sampling these for a while because I realized it would be dead air if it's just me sipping. So I've been rearranging them in order of best to worst, and every time I go to take a sip, I rearrange the order. They kind of all taste exactly the same, and I'm not sure there's any difference between any of them. I think they're all the same drink. I will say there's one that has consistently been in the first spot, but let me do one more pass. By the way, I'm mixing this all with Jack.
Okay, wait. Before you do the pass, what's your current rank? Give us the cup number and the current ranking.
I mean, there's no cup number. I didn't know.
Okay, well, they're in a position, like you've got them somehow arranged on the table, right?
Yes.
All right, so you got cup 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Or is that in favorite order?
The way I'm keeping track, I'm just arranging them. So the first one is number 1, but if I like it less, I'll move a different one to a spot. It doesn't matter. This isn't important. This isn't interesting. Okay. I have a giant bottle of Jack, which I'm going to be mixing with this once I'm done testing them. But I
Can
think
you guess right now which one's which? Do you want to try that?
I suspect the number one spot has been Sprite.
Sounds right. It's just a dominant drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm quickly doing one last pass. Yep, they're all pretty much the same. But I feel good about the order. So I'm gonna start with the worst. The one in last place.
Wait, are you revealing or are you guessing?
I'm revealing.
Okay.
I am guessing that the number one spot is Sprite, but I don't feel any need to guess the rest of them.
Wow.
This is fascinating. Okay. The worst one, and again, they're all kind of the same, so it's kind of tied for last, but whatever. Starry, the new one.
That's not surprising at all.
Sorry, Pepsi, you did not improve.
Everyone would have guessed that. Can you triple blind for this last one, for the last three?
Sure. I just did it.
Okay. I feel better.
All right, not
terribly surprising. Before you go, I really want to see Sierra Mist next. I think it's a bullshit drink.
Well, I've got some interesting news. In a way, you did win because Sierra Mist is involved in the next winner or really loser. All of them mixed together is the next one. So Starry is only improved by mixing it with Sprite 7-Up and Sierra Mist.
Yeah, cutting it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Next, we have upset. Third place.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh.
Are you sure you've blinded enough? I don't think this is correct.
Oh, this is gonna be tough. Okay. Second place.
I swear to God, if you put Sierra Mist in the top spot, we're gonna riot.
So runner up, 7-Up.
No.
Top dog,
You
Sierra
son
Mist.
of a bitch. No.
That's and it's funny because I remember for a long time I have thought I preferred Sierra Mist, and like I don't usually drink a lemon lime soda unless it's like late and I don't want caffeine. It's like my go-to caffeine drink, and I'll drink a Sprite or whatever. But most of the time at Taco Bell when you're late night drinking, Sierra Mist is what they have. So I've always gone for the Sierra Mist and assumed I liked it better than the others. And now I'm, slightly sad that it's going away. It's amazing to me, though, that the one that I liked the most is made by the same company who is replacing with the worst.
No, that's not surprising at all. They're making it cheaper and garbager.
Okay,
that's how all products work.
I do have a question, though. Are you cleansing your palate every time?
Were you cleansing your palate?
Good question. The first time, and again, bear in mind, these are all very minute differences. They all kind of taste the same. The first round, I was very careful to cleanse my palate. After the first couple rounds, I felt like I really wanted to taste one, then taste the next. And so that's what I was doing. And so I did both. Sometimes I would cleanse, sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I would drink them slowly, sometimes I would drink them fast. I did so many sips of this.
How did you elect to cleanse the palate? I'm nervous about this as well.
Well, honestly, I just did water.
What? You didn't even clear the nasal passage?
Originally, my honest to God original plan was I was going to take a shot of Jack. But then I realized I would die.
I'm not hearing a problem. I think that would have been a great segment. You absolutely should have done that.
Oh, gotta kill.
Drink.
Take a drink.
I can properly drink now because I just added the Jack. Let me tell you, nothing improves any soda like Jack. Brightens it right up. So there you go. Yeah. If you want a great,
we're expecting a
terrific lemon lime soda, go find yourself probably increasingly hard to find Sierra Mist. It's the best.
Now the Jack you're using, is it honey
it's
Jack?
It's not honey. It's regular Jack. I would never impose upon Mr. Muscle V's territory.
I appreciate it.
The honey Jack and Sierra Mist.
It's probably good.
It is good. All right. Well, thank you for doing that comprehensive report. I think you did a shit job science-wise, but we're glad you did the tests. That's the most important thing. The people got a couple of answers.
So who was the winner? I missed it.
Sierra Mist. The one that's dead and gone.
I do think it was probably just your hipster taste buds really at work there. Like, oh, I can't have it anymore. No, I really like it.
Well, again, I didn't know I was picking. I thought I was picking Sprite.
Does anyone believe this? I think he was in. I think he knew what he was.
Here's the best part. Here's the best part. This isn't like I feel like there are some people, like if this was Coke, if they discontinued Coke, which I guess they did once, but like I could be genuinely upset about that. In this case, even though my favorite of these is going away, the difference between the best and the worst is so minute that I could barely tell that they were different drinks.
I used to be a Sprite hound because I hated Coke and I wasn't allowed to have caffeine as a kid. Loved Sprite. I don't think I've had Sprite in like 15 years. I couldn't even tell you what it tastes like anymore.
Yeah, I used to like Sprite as a kid, and then I just kind of grew out of it.
Yeah, I definitely aged out of it.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's just a milder flavor and so more appealing to a small child. Because the first time I had soda, it was like a 7-Up, and I fucking loved it, and I didn't like Coke. But then at some point, I switched to Coke and never looked back.
So
that's that sweet caffeine.
So,
Yeah.
Jeeves, I kind of left the game without you, so I'm going to need you to rejoin the party.
Oh, no. We're spending the rest of the episode trying to figure out how to get back to your party.
Yeah.
All right, well, I try to work the tech because our intern couldn't manage to show up, so I have to figure it out on my own damn self. Boo, you've taken an interesting foray into the psychotic arts. What's the proper term for this?
Psychosis? No. Hypnosis.
I mean, what's the name for your segment? What's the category of ethereal that we're dealing with?
Sorry, yes, we're dealing with hypnotic arts.
Okay, so you have no idea. Perfect.
Not even close. And I've gone to one hypnosis.
Hypnotic arts is definitely the name of a terrible strip club, right?
I've been there multiple times. I'm just kidding. But support your sex workers. But no, that's not the point of my segment. The point of my segment is
wait. The point of your segment isn't to support the sex workers.
The point of my segment is not to be too loud, but I make my brother mad, and it's to hypnotize you guys because I am.
Hopefully, you hypnotize your fucking brother too, so you can calm the fuck down.
I warned him that I might be hypnotizing people. I would like to start out with all of our listeners and the people participating. This is not something you should try at home. I am a trained professional who will be leading.
You are
us, not. Who will be leading us in this. I'm a professional.
You are doing it at home, correct?
Yes, I'm going to be the first person in America to ever hypnotize people over the phone.
Now, what are the equipment you're using?
No, it's just the words in my mouth.
People aren't calling in. I wouldn't say it's over the phone.
Over the interweb, whatever. I'm using the number one tool I have, and that is my words.
Have you started? Because you're kind of doing a different voice already.
Are you guys ready? The three of you ready?
I don't know.
I am ready.
No, I want to vet you out a little bit first. What's your credentials here? How many times have you done this?
I have done this.
Are we in safe hands?
Yes, I've done this over 0 times. So
that means at least one, right?
So I'm pretty good at this. I think we'll be good.
Was your first hypnosis successful?
Yes, I haven't had an unsuccessful trip.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, are you guys ready?
No, one more
question. I am ready.
So yeah.
Last question. What was your inspiration to get into hypnosis? How'd you start this journey?
Yeah, I saw comedian and I don't even know hypnotic instructor.
Hypnotic arts. A performer of the hypnotic arts.
And his name is Anthony Cools at the Las Vegas Paris Hotel. And if you would like to be a sponsor, Paris Hotel, contact Boo Radley at tequilabockingbird.com.
Are you saying Goo Radley?
Give out your friend code or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You follow-up question. You only went to that because it was cheap, right?
Yeah, it was a free show because I'm a high roller and they gave it to me for free.
All right. You can proceed. Please hypnotize the fuck out of us. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Okay. For our 3 participants, you have to listen to
Only
everything
3.
I'm saying.
There's millions watching at home eventually.
For this to work, you have to listen to everything I say. Please take your right arm and your left
Wait.
arm in
Can
front.
we talk while we're doing this, or
No,
you just...
no, 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 no. I will tell you when to talk. Take your right arm and your left arm, cross them. Okay.
Wait.
Take
We're playing a
3.
video game. I can't do things like that.
Well,
I
then it's not
am
gonna work.
ready.
Take 3 breaths. Okay. We'll do it together. Hold them all in for 5 seconds. Here we go. 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our third one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now close your eyes and listen to the words of my voice.
We're
Okay.
playing a game.
You're walking down a path. Okay. When I snap my fingers, okay, you will be silent and you will be in a trance. Okay, here we go. You might not be able to hear this over the phone, so I'm just going to say snap when I snap my fingers.
Sure, it's the same.
I'm trying to figure out how to snap. Give me 1 second.
What do you
You
mean
never
you're trying to
snapped
figure
before?
out how to snap?
Snap. You should be silent when I call on one of you, whoever I call on. When I say awake, I'm going to say your name and I'm going to say awake. When you wake up, you will bark like a dog. Here we go. Are we ready? Here we go. Pantsman, awake.
Yeah.
Great. For the next one, when I'm going to call someone's name and say awake, and you will become a rabbit. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Muscly, awake.
Meow.
Okay. And stop. All right. What we're gonna do now is I need you all to put one
Right, because I'm awake, I just have to interrupt real quick to say my favorite part so far is when you put us to sleep and we weren't allowed to talk because we were asleep, and then you said, "Is everybody ready?"
I met the audience. Okay, the 2 people that are awake right now, please put your hand on your head. Okay, and when I say go to sleep, you will be asleep. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go to sleep. Boom. Okay. Now, when I say Jeeves awake, you will have a Rastafarian accent. Here we go. Jeeves awake.
Meow, man. Meow.
Thank you. Okay. For this next part, when I say Pantsman awake, you will recite the
I'm awake. I'm awake. He woke me.
You will recite the first 10 lines of the U.S. Constitution. Ready? Pantsman awake.
What do you mean? You already said Pantsman awake, and I awoke, and then you
Yeah.
started saying other
yeah,
things.
man. Oh yeah, that's definitely the first 2 lines, man.
Okay. Pantsman, go to bed.
Ah.
Okay. When I say, I'm going to call somebody else now. Okay. The person I call is then going to recite the first 5 lines of the movie Mean Girls. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Muscle awake.
Meow.
Sounds about right. Okay. Now, on the count of 3, I'm going to say the chicken has left the hen, and you guys will come out of your trance and be able to talk about your experience. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. The chicken is out of the hen.
That was mystifying.
Holy hell. What just happened?
I don't know about the rest of you, but whenever he said Pantsman asleep or whatever, and I would fall asleep, I wasn't really asleep in the tradition. It wasn't like I was unconscious. It was like I experienced hell. Like I was in a fiery land with monsters and demons. I was being chased with pitchforks. It was terrifying.
Do you mean Florida?
No, I'm doing that this weekend. I'm talking about hell.
Oh.
If I can just say one more thing, if anyone listening at home really liked that experience, we're gonna put my Venmo information below. Feel free to Venmo me a tip. You're more
When
than
you
welcome.
say below, what are you referring to? Below what?
In the comment section.
In the YouTube videos, which we
Yeah,
are
the
definitely
YouTube
on
videos.
YouTube, and you should check us out.
Okay.
I don't think we went on a long enough journey to start. I feel like I was really rushed into the hypnosis. Like I didn't have time to really sink into the ethereal plane.
I'm surprised me talking about lemon lime sodas for an hour didn't put you to sleep.
Surprisingly engaging, bud. I mean, the hypnosis was engaging. It just I like when you shouted at Pantsman, "Go to bed." So I assume you're in your bed right now, Pantsman. How'd that go?
Well, I wonder how many of our listeners are questioning if we were hypnotized wrong and we were all meowing like a cat when we should have been meowing like other things, or if they just think we don't know what a dog and a rabbit sound like. We just think everything's a meow.
You weren't doing a rabbit imitating a cat, Muscle V? I thought that's what you were doing.
No.
Oh.
I was really a cat.
Oh. What
I was
shit.
I was hoping Muscle V just wasn't listening, so then we'd be like, oh, he must still be hypnotized.
Yeah, him
Boo,
just
can we
not
get-
answering would have been the best.
Yeah.
And
Boo,
on par.
can we get your impression of a rabbit? I would love to hear it.
I wasn't listening.
That was really good.
You know what? They are notorious bad listeners, rabbits.
Yeah, true. That was good. I think you've got you could tell over the wire that there was some showmanship there. Obviously, like you're full of nonsense and couldn't string together the sentences right, but
Well, I think,
I felt the
there was
flourish.
definitely a lot of showmanship. One of the issues is he wasn't on camera, so we couldn't see any of it.
I don't think that was the biggest issue. You were too rushed. Like, drink less caffeine before hypnotizing people.
I was trying not to be too loud to wake up my roommate.
Fucking put him to sleep. So you go to bed.
Also,
That's
isn't the whole point of
authoritative tone.
hypnotizing that you're supposed to be like really calming and soothing? Like, I don't think you have to be loud to hypnotize.
First off, calming and soothing are my middle names.
Ugh.
Why do you have two middle names and why are they calming and soothing?
Do calming and soothing Radley.
Well, it's
Yeah.
even creepier if you assume your new name, which is Boo, calming and soothing boy.
Yeah, that is uncomfortable. Let's not make that your middle names.
How about Meow and Meowers as middle names? Meow
Much
meow.
better.
Boo, meow meow boy.
so much better. 1000%. Oh. All right. Anyway, you did good. Honestly, honest to God, you did good.
Shockingly, way better than I anticipated.
Yeah, me too. I think I got a kill.
Ooh, we can drink to that. That's a drink.
I knocked the mofo down, and I assume that guy's dead now. So I think that should be good enough. Okay. So we should probably get to the subject at hand. We were going to do this last week, and then the show got canceled. And we were leading into Martin Luther King Day.
Elon.
Fucking Elon. We were leading into MLK Day. We're now past it, but just barely. I guess real quick, go around the horn. You guys MLK fans? And more importantly, are you fans of the day?
I'll start, I guess. Big fan, one of my favorites. And the day, I will say, the day is only disappointing to me because my work does not give me it as a day off. So I don't get to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair. How about you, Boo?
I mean, I'm a big fan of it. I don't get off work, but I still enjoy the day.
I'm sorry, why is that obvious?
I think I've said on the phone on the call before that we don't close for any non-Jewish holidays.
That can't be true.
No, it is. Besides Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the only non-Jewish holiday we close for.
Are you saying that MLK Day is not a Jewish holiday? I thought for sure it was.
Got a kill?
Unfortunately, it is not. Oh, drink. I feel like
I'm gonna
you've
have
got a
to-
lot of kills today.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
doing
change
that
one of
fast.
my facts.
Wait, I had this. The only non-Jewish holiday you get off is Thanksgiving. What?
Wait, but I know it's a Jewish community center, but you get off Christmas, right?
Nope. We're open.
Well, that's actually a
Programming on
national
Christmas.
holiday, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, we're not closed for that. We're a private nonprofit. We don't no,
But Easter,
we're
you
open
take
on Christmas.
Easter off, yes?
No, Easter is like a super busy day for us.
Huh.
Well, why?
People like to work out on Easter.
What? Okay.
What?
Uh,
Okay,
well-
but let's get serious. Ash Wednesday. That's a big Jewish holiday, right?
No, I didn't even know Ash Wednesday was a thing until I met you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty weird. All right. Anyway,
I was an adult working an adult job out of college when I discovered what Ash Wednesday was about, and my grandparents are Catholic, so
I'm Catholic. The first time I saw people with Ash was in college. I was like, "What the fuck are you all doing?" They're like, "Ash Wednesday." I was like, "Stop it!
Very
You quit
weird.
this."
You
Okay.
quit this.
How about you, Muscle D? You MLK guy? And do you like the day?
Yeah, I hate the day because I don't get the day off. So
Jesus.
Why do you hate the day? You shouldn't hate the day just because you don't get it off.
other
That's
other
not the day's fault.
other people aren't working and I am. What the fuck?
Ugh. I am one of them. We got MLK off this year.
I
Pretty
understand.
great.
I understand being like, oh, I don't care about the day, or the day is I'm annoyed that I don't get the day off. But it is a strong stance on any public forum to say I hate MLK Day. That is bold, Muscle D.
You did come out very strong.
I will say my wife does not have to work that day, so she's at home doing whatever the hell she wants while
Oh.
I am stuck at work in an office. It sucks.
I would say in the other room.
That actually, I
in
think
my
that-
office.
that does actually factor a little bit, right? It's you just the whole time just see things being like, I can't believe she gets off. I don't have off this fucking bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Well,
You still
I
shouldn't
had
strongly say that you hate MLK Day.
I hate
on
any
Sunday-
day that I have to work, and others
And
don't.
she doesn't.
Others don't.
Yes, I get that. On Sunday, I had made plans with some friends, and when we were done, I was like 8 o'clock or something, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to my house. It's late. I gotta work in the morning. And they're like, why don't you come out? We're gonna go watch the Weird Al movie, Weird, at somebody's house. It's like, no thanks. But then I was like, sure, I'll come. And like, we're drinking, we're eating food, we're watching this dumb movie. It was great. It was a wonderful
my
time.
God, such a good movie.
Such a good movie. But we're having a blast. And at one point I said something like, man, it's really getting late. And like, so? And I was like, well, I got to work in the morning. Like, oh, really? Because I just assume because I don't get it off, nobody gets it off. All of them had it off. Like, all of them were enjoying their like night before having a sleep-in day. And I was just like up till 1 a.m. on a work night.
Yeah.
It
Yellow,
worked out
baby.
fine. It worked out fine. I'm
Yeah.
glad I saw the movie. It's much better than not seeing the movie.
Well, it seems like a good venue to see it with too.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have enjoyed it by myself, which was my original plan to watch it by myself. But it was a lot of fun watching that movie with people.
Definitely. Yeah, it's okay to have a 1 a.m. night now and then. You'll be all right. You'll make it through, right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Well, yeah, that. Mm-hmm.
He said in a panic. Yeah, I MLK Day is a great day. We have it off, but so did daycare have it off, and my wife did not have it off, so I was watching the little one alone. So it wasn't as fun as it could have been, but still a great day. Great speech guy giver as well. So
So he did. He just watched a bunch of speeches with the little one.
I should have like, listen, this speech meant a lot a while ago, and she was like, "Oh, okay, great." And then she asked for Mickey Mouse.
Racist.
All right. Anyway, you want to lie to us?
I sure do. Welcome to Liar Liar Pantsman on Fire. This week, MLK Edition. I am going to make a series of statements about the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You will need to guess whether it is true or false. If you guess right, you get points. If you guess wrong, you lose points. Feel free to discuss as a group each statement and manipulate your opponents into guessing wrong. At the end, the person with the highest positive score wins. But if everybody has a negative score, I win. Now, we're going to be taking turns. So, was it Muscle V who won last week? We need to pick an order.
It was me.
Yes, Muscle V did take a dominant lead. Apparently, him and Ireland have exact same taste, which was shocking.
We did
Truly
sleep together. Okay. So Muscle V, you
Go
get to
back
pick the
check
order.
out last week for more info on that.
Muscle V, who's going first?
We're gonna go with Jeeves first. We're gonna go with Boo second. I guess Pantsman you're not playing, right? So me third.
All right.
Pantsman, you're tracking the score, or do you need me to do that?
I'm keeping track of everything.
Lovely.
So I've got several rounds. We're starting with round 1. School is the category. And each of you is going to be answering a question worth 100 points. If you get it wrong, though, you lose 100 points. So, Jeeves, we start with you.
You have themed rounds?
I put a lot of time into this.
Jesus, I didn't know that was in the budget. Holy hell. Okay.
It's the same question for everyone, right?
All right. MLK skipped both 9th and 12th grades because of his academic achievements, and he enrolled in college at the age of 15. True or false?
Holy, what? Starting off crazy. This is the first question? Okay.
It's not a question so much as a statement, but yes.
This is the first bullshit statement. Okay. Those are wild ass ages to pick. I've never heard of anyone skipping 2 grades. I didn't even know that was a choice. I don't know why you would skip 9th and 12th. Went to school at 15. I guess because he skipped the fucking grades. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's back in the day when people didn't even go to college, so maybe this whole thing's made up. I'm in a panic over here.
I like that the other two have made no effort to, like, you're manipulating yourself. Like, they don't even need to, like, try to mess with you.
I would absolutely
No, there's no need.
stay away. I am going to say that this is emphatically false.
False. You are, sir, incorrect. That is all true.
Fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell.
You were starting out at negative 100. Oh, I should clarify. All of these are from all the information I have today is from a website article on history.com. Like, this is all suspect, but we're going on those.
I would not have gone deeper than Wikipedia. Good for you.
All right. Well, yeah. All right. Next up, Boo Boy.
That's me.
He was kicked out of 1st grade.
You know, that's a great question for me, since I'm someone who also got kicked out of 1st grade.
No, the question
Sorry,
is a statement.
It is a statement, but what are you talking about? You got kicked out of 1st grade?
Not like me, the human being, but me, the character on the show. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect
No.
sense.
Absolutely not. You think your character's crazier than you in real life?
Yeah, for sure. In real life, I'm just like a quiet, normal guy who doesn't talk.
False.
And
Wait. The entire time we've known you, even before we started this show, you've been your show character? Is that what you're telling me?
false. After really thinking about it, after listening to everything you guys said, I think I'm going to go with false for this.
There's no way that this guy's missed every fucking grade. 1st, 15th, 19th. I don't think I did that right.
But also got kicked out of 1st grade.
There's no way.
You would be wrong because it is also true.
Oh,
He
eat a dick,
enrolled-
suck ass.
He enrolled at the age of 5, which was too young for 1st grade, so he was expelled.
Wow.
All right, Muscle V.
Wait.
Yeah,
He was
these are-
expelled just
these
because he
are-
was too young?
He was just too young. He was too early. They're like, come back next year.
That's not getting kicked out.
It's not, yeah.
And yet, that is both what I read on the internet and how I chose to frame the question.
We are really searching for facts today. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's sus. I don't like that.
Finally, Muscle V. He received his MD after graduating medical school, but he never joined a residency, nor did he practice medicine.
That's obviously true.
He is a doctor.
Final answer true?
Obviously.
Okay. Wow. A perfect score for y'all. None of you got it right. This was false.
Oh.
He has a PhD. He does not have an MD.
Yeah, I assumed that's what he had.
It's the same.
Because why would he? No one says the medical doctor, Reverend Martin Luther King. That'd be crazy.
All right, round 2. This one is category personal life. Each question in this round, I'm calling them questions now, is worth 200 points.
Can I ask one question? How many
Of
rounds
course you
do we
can.
have? How many rounds do we have?
You may not ask that question in case we need to go longer.
I will say I do have a bonus round in case this doesn't tap out the. Do we have an hour left in this? How much time do I have to fill?
Hour 13.
Okay. Well, I've put a lot of time into setting it up. You guys are really not discussing these. All right, next up. Jeeves.
We don't have an hour. I thought we go to 11:30.
We're supposed to end at 11:30. We usually end about midnight.
Might be a quick one. Anyway, the
We started
Reverend.
early.
We did start early. That is true. All right, Jeeves.
Yeah.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King
Wait,
Jr.
I think you mean the medical doctor, Martin Luther King Jr.
Exactly. He was actually named Mike.
What? Is that the full statement?
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was actually named Mike.
Mike. Mike had a dream, is what you're telling me.
So I'm telling you.
I mean, no one's named Mike, especially someone that goes by Martin.
Okay, I will say Michael. It was Michael, but he went by Mike. It was shortened to Mike, but it was officially Michael.
Oh, okay. That does change it because being named Mike, birth name Mike would be fucking crazy.
Fair.
I feel like I've heard that now that you're saying it.
I shouldn't have given you extra context, apparently.
Apparently, well, yeah. Again, Mike.
He's
What's his
messing
birthday?
with you.
Mike.
He's totally messing with you.
I think-
he's trying to get you.
I think his birth name was Roger.
What?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
Was
Nope.
it Roger?
Just-
Why do you think
It's
his
a-
birthday was Roger?
So hard, though.
Why would he be Michael? Why would he be Martin?
Wait, you're questioning Martin too?
Yeah.
Why would he have a name? He could just be an entity. I don't understand.
He could have been assigned a number. It could be anything.
It's not Elon's kid.
Oh,
It could
boy.
be XA247 or whatever the fuck that kid's name is.
I just don't think you guys are seeing the big picture.
I don't think you have any idea what's happening right now.
Okay, all right. Before I answer, what's the big picture, Muscle V?
Roger.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say true. I'm going true.
I'm sorry, it was false. His real name was Roger. No, I'm kidding. You actually got this one right. It was true.
If his actual name was Roger, I might have thrown a chair through my window.
That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. Because it would either meant that he shot in the dark, said Roger, and was right, or even better, he knew it was Roger. He just happened to know that trivia and threw it out there to throw you off. Gave you the real answer to throw you off.
There's 0% chance that Muscle V knew
No,
anything.
of course. But it
Zero
would have been amazing if
chance.
that was the case.
Even if he
Zero
did a
chance.
report on it in college, that would have just been copied and pasted. He would have had absolutely no idea.
So the story behind this is that his father was named Michael. He named his kid Michael Jr. And then he visited Germany, learned about the Protestant reformer Martin Luther, and decided to not only change his own name, but changed his son's name as well. This happened when Martin Luther King was 5.
What? Wait, that's actually crazy as hell.
Yeah. And he also still, like, his closest, like, family and friends still called him Michael, or like called him Mike. Like, he went by Mike to, like, the people closest to him.
Was it Mikey or was it Mike?
Wild.
It was Mike.
Not Mikey.
That's why I said Mike and not Michael.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
that's what
can't
he actually
imagine.
went by.
I can't imagine being so into like a vacation that you're like, oh, let me change my kid's name. That's crazy.
I love that you think this like spiritual journey his dad went on was a vacation.
I'm sorry, was he getting paid for it? It was definitely a vacation.
All right, next up is Boo Boy.
That's me.
Boo Boy. He met his wife, Coretta Scott, at a jazz club in Atlanta, where she was a singer.
Wow, way
That
to
sounds
give
just straight up true.
way to give the only single person the question about marriage. Cool.
I just want to ask, how do we know his wife's name wasn't Roger?
Oh my God.
That's a good question. Yeah, it's false just because of that.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
leaving another question for later.
Did you say Chicago?
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Where in Atlanta?
Yeah, good question. Good question. You don't have to answer that, Pantsman.
I won't answer that because I would require a lot more research than I did.
What month? What month?
I'll fill in the blanks here. So
Please.
What was your first question, Bill?
I said where in Atlanta?
Where
what
in
month?
Atlanta? That would be in the center, city center.
The center. Yeah. The
kill?
geological center of Atlanta is where they met. There's a jazz club there.
That wouldn't really make any sense because back then Atlanta was very segregated and they wouldn't have let. I'm gonna have to go false.
They
It's
were
false.
allowed in the center.
It's false. I'm gonna
You don't
go
want me
with
to
false.
answer the second question you had?
No, I don't need to hear anything else.
All right. Final answer.
False.
You guys are rebounding in the second round. That is false. The real story, they met on the phone.
What?
Apparently, a friend
I
of
would
theirs.
argue that that's not me then.
Do they
Well-
do they have phones back then?
They sure did.
No.
And so apparently, like a mutual friend set them up, and they started on a phone call.
Was he Mike or was he Martin by then?
Well,
Did Roger
I
introduce
think
him?
he was
Or
older
Roger.
than 5, so he was definitely Martin.
Was
He
it
was-
good old
If
Roger?
if they met when he was 5 on the phone, that'd be crazy.
Well, even crazier, some friend of them set them up. Like what?
I know this 5-year-old that I think you would love.
And
You're
she's a
also
little
5?
younger. She's like 3, but I think you guys would be cute together.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess you
Muscle
could set
V,
him up on a play date.
you can make this a perfect round for y'all. Your
Are you from the
statement,
South?
Atlanta born and raised.
City Center, baby.
All right. His wife and he spent their honeymoon at a mortuary.
I don't know what a
I think the only reason
mortuary
that this is false, I don't think they started doing honeymoons until like recently.
A mortuary is like
Oh, it's the dead
it's like a
people's home.
funeral home.
Yeah. It's where they store the bodies till they
Yeah, it's
bury
like
them.
a dead body storage facility.
If you've ever
So-
seen Bob's Burgers, it's the next door neighbors.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this fact is so far fetched it has to be true.
I think I agree. Because why the hell else would you say it? That's correct. Unless you were just watching Wednesday, maybe it's an Addams Family fact. I'm gonna say it's false.
I have been watching Wednesday.
Yeah.
But you're sticking with your answer there, V?
Of course.
All right. Perfect round. That is. Wait, you said true, right?
Yes.
Okay. It is true. So there were no hotels in the area where they allowed Black people to stay. And
I didn't know
so
this could be that morbid of a fact.
I know. So they stayed with like a friend
Oh,
who
no.
happened to be an undertaker, and they worked from
Oh
home.
no.
Well,
They worked from home.
He was the Undertaker. That's insane.
Yeah.
Undertakers work from home? What? I didn't know that. Oh
Well, like
no.
I assume he like lived upstairs in the funeral home or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't think he lived in the mortuary. That would be
But yeah,
horrible.
it's just like he sleeps in a coffin in the basement. Like, don't worry about it.
Well,
Don't ask
actually, the Undertaker does sleep in a coffin.
in the basement.
I don't know. I've
Could be
never
anywhere.
asked. Yeah. Usually
right.
it's behind his opponent.
Well, we're on to round 3, but before we go, I want to give a quick update on the score. You all started out terribly. You all got the first round wrong. Then you all got the second round right, but that was the right order to do it because each you got more points this time. So you were all tied at 100 points each.
Ooh.
All right.
I thought the second round was 200 points.
Yeah, we lost 100
Yeah,
the first
but
round.
you already lost 100, and then you earned 200.
Oh,
Math.
I didn't know okay. I didn't know we lose points. So we all started in the hole?
Yeah, because
no.
the way it works, if you all like tank at the end and you are in negative numbers, then I win. I did not create a game where I can't win. Don't be ridiculous.
Smart.
Yeah.
All right, proceed.
Round 3, interest. Jeeves?
Like the money stuff?
No, more just like hobbies and things he likes, I guess. I don't know. This is kind of a stretch, if I'm being honest, in terms of a category, but whatever.
No way he has interest. False.
All right, your statement. Are you ready, Jeeves?
I am ready.
He was a vegetarian.
No fucking way. There's no fucking way you could give that passionate of a speech without any goddamn meat in your diet. Absolutely not.
I would
Patently
just
false.
like to point out. I would like to point out the majority of activists are usually vegetarian. So that's something.
I don't think that's true.
It's a fact.
Like, across the board, every activist for everything they've ever been active about?
No,
It's
the
just
majority.
a influence fact.
Majority. I said the majority.
What are you basing that off of?
You know there are right-wing activists.
Nope.
What,
And they're all vegans.
No, I want to hear what's your market research that's told you this, Boo?
I've spent a lot of time with activists when I lived in Puerto Rico.
First, vegetarianism, I don't think it was invented in the 50s or wherever time frame he's from. So that's false alone.
First off,
no way.
out. The dinosaurs.
He was a meat eater.
The dinosaurs created vegetarianism.
Oh boy.
I guess that's kind of true, but that's not the point.
I'm sorry, wait, no, what? How was that kind of true?
There's herbivores.
Well, they were herbivores, sure, but that doesn't mean that they're not vegetarian. Like, they didn't take a moral stand. They just really like grass.
Yeah, well, some vegetarians also just really like, leaves and shit.
Well, time out.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm going to argue with Pantsman. As somebody who once lived with a vegetarian who did not take a moral stance on anything, that you did not have to take a moral stance. Yeah. So that is not the case.
Okay,
but counterpoint, that same vegetarian really liked pepperoni pizza, so I don't know.
Oh, my mom also she's a pescatarian, so she eats only fish, but she has absolutely no moral stance. She just doesn't like meat.
Sure. All right, so final answer? You're saying this is false?
Hella false. He's too chunky for a vegetarian. Get the fuck out of here.
Sorry, bro. That is true.
What's true?
He was a vegetarian.
No, he wasn't. Go back and double source, please. I would like a second source.
I will be honest and say that I don't have the source on this one because I was running out of things and I needed to round up the answers, and so I Googled this one. But it came up as true, so I went with
All right, tell me how long he was a vegetarian for, like the 10 minutes before he died?
You know I don't have that information, but I will say it does sort of make sense when you figure he based a lot of his philosophy on Gandhi, and Gandhi was a hella vegetarian, so...
Yeah, but Gandhi was a skinny motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm not buying this. I am not buying this.
Doesn't matter. The official answer on my little scorecard is that it's true, and you said false, so you lose.
Bullshit.
All right, Boo Boy, I got one for you.
Okay.
MLK was a huge fan of Star Trek. Nichelle Nichols, who played Lieutenant Uhura, wanted to quit the show after the first season. He told her, "You can't."
Okay, first off, you probably should have said R.I.P. because didn't she just die?
Oh, that's true.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like a few months ago. I'll drink for that. Yeah. I'll pour one out for her too.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Star Trek. Let's see.
Do you want some help?
Are you Googling? Are you just searching the internet right now?
If that was the case, you would know this because Boo can't Google fast. That would take like 10 years.
Doesn't sound fast.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and just blanket say that it's got to be true. Has to be
Yeah,
true.
I think it is true because. Yeah, I'm gonna go with true.
No, you have to explain why.
I'm getting there. What I'm trying
Are
to say
you?
is I'm about 80% sure, and the reason being is I'm pretty sure Star Trek started in 1962 or 3, right? He died in
0% chance that's accurate.
67. So Nichelle Nichols.
You are weirdly. I forgot you're
Yeah.
weirdly good at dates. You might actually have
I
this.
am.
You're terrible at dates. Star Trek came in the late 60s.
That's not terrible.
He said
I said
62. That's
63.
early 60s.
I would have said. I don't know what I would have said, but it would have been late 60s. I'll tell you that.
I think it was coincided with like the space race shit, like the late 60s, like moonshot shit.
You can't yes and that after getting it way wrong, Boo.
What I'm trying to say is I've now changed my mind and I'm going to go with false.
You're going false.
Because you just found out you don't know when Star Trek started.
I'm going to go
All
with
right.
false.
False.
Wait, no, why? You have to explain why. I have to hear this.
I just don't. The timing doesn't really add up.
The timing, even though you just found out you didn't know one of the times at all.
No, because of when he died as well. It just doesn't.
Are you confident that you know when he died?
Absolutely not. But I'm going to go with false because that's how the boo bowls.
That's
how the boo bowls.
That is exactly how the boo bowls.
That's my new catchphrase.
I love it.
It is a great catchphrase.
If you ever seen Boo Bowl, it's shocking.
All right, final answer, false.
Yeah.
You are wrong, sir. That is true.
Idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
I was really worried because you came out true right out of the gate, and I was like, fuck, this is too easy. This whole game is too easy. And then you talked yourself out of it.
I'm going to go with false.
Well, when he
already did.
He didn't know the date of Star Trek. It completely threw him off.
Yeah, it is true. It's actually kind of an interesting story. She was literally, she like put in her resignation and then went to some NAACP event, and somebody said to her, your biggest fan wants to see you. And she's like, okay, great, a Star Trek fan, cool. And then she sees...
I think I heard this. Didn't she wanted to bow because she felt like being marginalized, right? Or something?
Well, she didn't have that much to do on the show, to be honest. She was just kind of in the background a lot. But she also, she wanted to be in musical theater. She didn't want to be on TV. She wanted to be in musical theater. And so she's like, I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go be on Broadway instead of this. And so she literally quit the show, put in a resignation. And then she went to the NAACP event, thinks she's going to talk to a Star Trek fan, sees Martin Luther King, is like, I'm sorry, that guy's going to wait. I got to go talk to this guy. He's amazing. And he says to her when she meets him, I'm the biggest Star Trek fan. And she's like, wait, you're the Star Trek fan that wants to meet me? And she's like, oh, it's funny. I actually just quit that show. And he's like, you can't do that. And she's like, what do you mean I can't? He's like, you're a black woman, in the future on television. We need you. So anyway.
This is true.
You were very wrong, Boo. Anyway, next up, Muscle V.
Wait, time out. Don't I get bonus points for pointing out that she just died?
No, you do not.
I'll tell you what.
We have to take a drink for that. That's about it.
Yeah. I was going to give you exactly 1 point, but then I remembered that I built this entire scoring system on a spreadsheet, and I don't know how to add that math. The math is all being done for me. I don't know how to change the scores.
I love that there's a spreadsheet engine behind all this.
100%. This is my whole life runs on spreadsheets. All right, Muscle V. He wrote 6 books in his life. 2 of them were about Afrofuturism sci-fi books, and he wrote them under the pen name Stephen Montgomery.
As we all know, Muscle V is a huge reader. He's probably read all these.
Oh yeah,
I read
his favorite genre is Afrofuturism.
I've read every single one of what's his name, Stephen
Montgomery.
Yeah, everyone has Stephen Montgomery, and I have not come across those ones. I'm gonna say false.
What do you mean
Right,
those ones? I didn't give you the titles of the books.
I know
No,
them.
he only looks for books by the author. Like finally another J.K. Rowling's dropped. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's false.
Wait, what's the repeat the whole fact because it's a
The
really
fact
long
is,
one.
Gotta
The
kill.
fact is, oh, we'll drink for that.
Oh,
The
I'm about to
fact,
die.
oh boy. The fact is that he wrote 6 books in his life, but 2 of them were under the pen name Stephen Montgomery. They were Afrofuturism sci-fi books. They're like fiction.
You don't think this falls under the way too fucking weird to make like? Why would you ever make this up? This has to be true.
No, it's false. It's different.
No one would guess that Afrofuturism was a type of book.
Yeah, but why would he change his name like that? Like he would go by Mikey or Roger.
Everyone changes. Every single person that's ever wrote a book changes.
First of all, he did change his name at 5, but no, Ryan, you're wasting his. Oh shit, we gotta drink.
Take a drink.
Jeeves, you're wasting your time. He's a one and gun. He's not gonna be convinced by you. He's gonna keep it.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
He's too stubborn. Really thought that reverse psychology was gonna work. It didn't. So that is false. That is made up. He did write 6 books, but they were like his memoirs and shit.
See?
Oh, you're helping me out.
And the reason I came up with this one is because if you've heard of Stacey Abrams, who's like the Georgia politician, she has written mystery romance novels under a pen name Selena Montgomery.
Was it futurism, Afrofuturism?
It wasn't that. I just thought it would be more believable that I wasted this order because I ordered this after the Star Trek one, thinking they'd be like, oh, Star Trek, he likes sci-fi, so this makes sense.
I think that did help.
But Muscle V is not a man who thinks that deeply about these, so it didn't work on him, obviously.
Or listens.
I'm not paying attention. Only my own questions, which I'm getting right.
Can you quickly Google, is Afrofuturism a type of book?
Oh, that is true. I did know that.
What's the most famous book of that?
Well, you've caught me.
Yes, I know your deep love of Afrofuturism.
I didn't say I read it. I just said I was made aware of it.
All right.
Okay.
So, false. I would like my point.
So that ends round 3. And to tally up the score, we've got a tie for last place. It's Jeeves and Boo Boy with negative 200 points. And our leader, the man who shoots from the gut and doesn't ask questions, and it works very well for him every time, and we always question it. Muscle V with 400 points.
Wow. And me and Boo are in the negative space.
You're in the negative. So I'm technically beating Jeeves and Boo right now.
All right.
All right, round 3. Nope, we just did that. Round 4.
Minus plus 100 to me and Boo. We're back in the positive.
Achievements is this category.
All right.
First question. This goes to you, Jeeves.
Yep.
He was both the youngest assistant manager of the Atlanta Journal and the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize.
I just want on record, those two facts do not belong together at all. Whatsoever. Whether or not they're made up.
He was the youngest for both. They're clearly the same thing.
Oh boy. Okay.
You, by the way, you just clearly pointed out that I had 2 separate statements that I thought these both kind of suck. Let's just lump them together.
Yeah. I have a hard time saying that that's false. Because again, it's stupidly paired. It does sound like you were just reading off anything you could find.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
There's no reason to say that. Well, when would he have got the was this the youngest at the time of winning it?
Good question.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna say true.
Nobody wants to talk him out of it?
You know, I think I'm pretty confident that you're going to be wrong on this, so I'm not going to talk you out of it because I would like for you to lose, so I'm not going to talk you out of it.
I actually think it's false. I remember there being a Roger and a Steve.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
The first ever person to pen an Afrofuturism novel got the Nobel Peace Prize at a much younger age of 10.
Correct. 5.
Any chance this has changed your mind there, Jeeves?
No, not one bit.
So you're going true.
Yes.
Well, you are wrong. It is technically false. You're going to hate this so much. It's such a technicality.
Already hate that you've said the word technically.
He is the youngest. He was the youngest assistant manager of the Atlanta Journal.
Right.
And he was the youngest male recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, but 5 women have gotten it at a younger age.
Before or after?
That, again, I don't know. I'm
there's
telling
no
you what
way
I read on the internet.
There's no way that 5 women won it after or before he got it. There's no way.
Does it help
right.
if I say one of them was named Betty Williams? Does that say anything? Does that ring a bell?
Sounds old. It does sound old. I'll tell you that much.
You meant
I
to
say that does not help.
You meant to say Betty White, right?
I mean,
well, she would be old.
She was very old. I assume she was older than him.
She probably was. She was older than bread.
Yeah, literally.
All right, Blue Boy.
I am upset for the record.
Oh, of course you are. I knew you would be. This whole spreadsheet seems designed. You could not have picked a better order, Muscle V, because it is basically designed to piss off Jeeves and to help Muscle V win.
The fact that you know what makes me the most mad? How much time you put into the spreadsheet and how little time you put into the extra parts of the facts. That part drives me crazy.
Well, in all honesty, like especially for the ones that were false, I have all this gray text I've saved to like give you extra information after I tell you whether it's true or false. And apparently it's not enough.
It is not.
All right, Boo Boy.
Yeah, that's me.
Although rarely referred to this way, he could be accurately described as Grammy winner Martin Luther King.
Oh, let's see.
Perfect one for Boo. Boo knows every Grammy winner that's ever happened.
Yeah, I have every song known to man. And after really thinking about it, and with my photographic memory, I'm gonna go with false.
I'm just gonna throw in. I have been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and his speech was playing on a loop. So I'm gonna say it's probably true.
Why? What was that exhibit?
It was just in the theater. Like, there's a theater that I assume plays other things, but when I was there, the only time I've been there, it was just playing his speech over and over.
All right.
It was dope. Like, it was a great use of the theater, honestly. But it was weird.
That does sound weird.
Wait, I'm sorry. I went on MLK Day, now that I'm thinking about it.
You're so dumb.
Was it because it was free?
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Totally forgot. Yeah, I went on Martin Luther King Day.
I'm just picturing you showing up there. That's strange. I wonder why that's there on a random day off that everybody gets. You're a moron.
It's been a long time.
Oh my God. That might be the best, dumbest thing you've ever said.
I do, by the way. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is kind of dumb if you have to pay full price. On MLK Day, it's incredible. You just walk through, you're there for like 25 minutes, you're like, yeah, perfect. You sit in the theater and you forget why. It's perfect.
So, Boo,
what to talk about.
You're sticking with false, or you want to change your mind? Is this true?
No, I'm sticking with false.
All right, you got a worse gut than Muscle V, because that is true. He won a Grammy for this speech called "Why I Oppose the War in Vietnam." It was released on vinyl, and then it won him a Grammy posthumously.
Oh,
for best spoken word.
I guess, yeah. Again, you're asking about details I don't have.
You didn't take a listen?
Well, by the way, this was the hardest question because I kept rewriting this one. Sometimes it was true, sometimes it was false. I kept trying to like, is it at one point it was like, and I got rid of this because it was too much of a technicality. I tried to eliminate the technicality as much as I could. This one was originally something like he won a Grammy for his "I Have a Dream" speech, which technically would have been wrong. He won it for a different speech.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think that would have played fine.
When I came up with the phrasing of you could call him Grammy winner Martin Luther King, like I was really proud of that.
That's pretty good.
All right, Muscle V, our leader.
I think that's your first good fact, by the way.
Thank you. So Muscle V, this is you're currently running away with it. Let's see if you can keep it up. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech was somewhat literal. He wrote it quickly after waking up from a dream that inspired it. Very quiet. I've known you a long time, and you've been the quietest person I've ever known. You've never been that quiet for that long.
Sorry, I'm in the gulag.
Oh, jeez.
I'll be happy to find some space here. That sounds like something you'd make up, but also like it clear. I totally believe it as the fact. Like it makes tons of sense.
You know, it's terrible. You said that, and I was like, I had to go check. I had to be like, wait, did I make this up or not? What did I?
That is very much in the style of how you would make up a fact. But it sounds right.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
Final answer true, or you want to talk about it?
I don't need to talk. My answers are correct.
You just described your whole life motto.
All right, so
I don't need to talk.
So it turns out that is very much false. It was not based on a dream you had. You didn't have a literal dream. And suddenly, I'm very glad that question went to Muscle V. No, the real story actually is quite interesting. So that speech, he did write the speech. There was a written speech he was speaking. But then near the end, when he gets into basically the part everybody knows, the "I Have a Dream," all of that was sort of extemporaneous. It wasn't exactly completely improvised because they pulled from different things he had said in other speeches. But like that whole run of "I have a dream this, I have a dream that," that was not written down. He did that on the spot, which is pretty cool, but it wasn't a literal dream. No.
Are you telling us that he lied to us?
That's not at all what? You've got a weird, concerning distaste for Martin Luther King, and I don't understand it.
No, I'm asking you.
You mean Roger?
Yeah, I'm asking you because you said he didn't actually have a dream, right?
Well,
I didn't. Oh my God! What the fuck?
Had dreams.
You took away from all of that talking that I did, which we should really drink for, frankly.
Yes.
You took away that he didn't dream, like he didn't have dreams.
Boo, where are you on that one? You should be so mad.
Is someone calling for Boo?
Oh my God! Go back to bed.
Take a drink for that.
All right. Next, before we go on to the next category, I'll give you an update on the score so far. Now, this is interesting. Still tied, equally bad at this, Jeeves and Boo Boy for negative 600 points.
Right.
Yes.
And by the way, the next round is only worth 500 points. So even if you do it right, you're not dug out of the hole.
Ugh.
Now, interestingly, Muscle V has canceled out all of his good work because that last round put him at 0 points. But here's the twist I did not consider. I said in my rules that if everybody has negative points, I win. So with 0 points, technically, Muscle V still has a better score than everybody else, and he's not yet in the negative. So he's still winning.
Right. I mean, it's not going to end with him having 0, so I don't care.
Well, that's
there's no way to push a true false.
I thought it was interesting at the time, but fine. I clearly wasn't going to have another opportunity to bring that up, so I took my shot.
All right.
Jeevy boy.
Yep, I'm here.
Jeffrey Jeeves.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I gotta give away your first name. Nobody can tell anymore. Could be anything because I just said it might be Jeffrey. All right. The penultimate category. Now I've got 2 more categories left. Depending on timing, we might use both. The last category kind of sucks. So
Oh,
oh
no.
Yeah.
We're definitely doing the sucky category. We're definitely doing it.
But it is my extra. It's kind of my lightning round. It's like in case we need it. All right. Well, this category, however, is called death.
So this is the good one.
This is better than the next one. The next one's going to be a real low point to end on. I could rearrange it now, but
I'm going to be doing true and falses on Martin Luther King's death. Great.
Yep.
Thrilled.
500 points apiece.
Can't wait to honor you, Martin. Roger, Mike, whatever the fuck your name is.
His last speech, foretold, is death. He said, and I quote, "Like anybody, I would like to live a long time. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now."
Oh boy.
How do you like my impression?
Horrible. That's your Martin Luther?
I tried to make it as white as humanly possible. I think I succeeded.
Yeah, can you run that quote back again, but in a Scottish accent? Maybe that'll help.
Ooh, that'd be great. All right, let's try it. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now.
It sounds way better in an Irish accent, like I asked for. Perfect.
More Irish than Scottish.
It just seems too on the nose to make up, right? Why would you say shit like that? Like as part of this game.
You don't think I can write a speech like Martin Luther King? Also, you think that was as good as a speech you would write?
Why? What was did you give me the context? I forgot. This is just.
I just said it was the very last speech he ever gave.
Yeah, he might have just been saying it like in church or some shit. Like you don't have to prepare a banger every time. I think it's gotta be true. I think too crazy for it not to be true.
Well, one of us is not interested in playing this game, and the other is asleep. So we're not going to have any conversation this time.
No, what are you talking about? I've been talking this whole time. You haven't heard me? I've been arguing with Brian. No, I've been arguing the whole time.
You've done a great job arguing. I was just pushing buttons because it was very silent, and I wanted to. But no, it's fine.
No. I've been talking the whole time you were talking. You just couldn't hear me.
Were you
mute yourself? What are you talking about?
Were you muted?
No, everyone else could hear me except for you two. It's fine.
What do you mean? Everyone?
Who's everybody else? Muscle V? Did you hear him?
You and Muscle V have been having that great side combo.
I didn't hear jack shit.
That, by the way, that's a great feature. Like for for a Zoom or a whatever. Like if you could just quietly, without anybody else knowing, do a side convo.
Private chat. Yeah, that would be nice. But then you'd always question if you were on the private chat.
Yes, sorry. Okay, let's get the results.
All right. So you said true.
Yeah.
Well, you are correct. That is
Booyah.
True.
Fuck yeah.
The last phrase, which I left off intentionally because I thought it would be a little too on the nose. I might give it away. He ended with, "I have seen the promised land. I may not get there with you."
Wow.
That one's more like Martin.
What? Yeah, definitely. What was the context for the speech?
You ask these questions. I don't know why you think I would be able to answer them.
You must be curious when you find out he gives a speech saying, "I don't care. Like, I'm not worried about living."
I don't know if you've been tallying all the true answers in this one, but this man led a life I had no idea about. Like the things I learned on this, everything. He went to his honeymoon in a mortuary. The man was fascinating. Like so much more than we ever read in like the elementary school history books. Like I was enamored by all.
He went to it because he had to. Well, all right, fair enough. This is pretty interesting, I think, with no fucking context.
Ooh boy!
I hope he was giving that speech to like second graders.
Like really laying on the mortality stuff on a couple of kids.
yeah, guys, I want to live forever, but like I'm doing important work. You second graders wouldn't understand.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what's up?
He forgave a woman who stabbed him in the chest with a letter opener. It nearly killed him.
For those of us born in real times, what the fuck's a letter opener?
Oh, what? You don't know what a letter opener is?
What?
That's
I
wild.
What do you
I
mean?
I legitimately think I have never seen one in real life.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Okay.
still use one. I love letter openers.
Nobody's surprised.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
do you-
Boo Boy,
letter openers.
you are best suited to answer this question. What is it?
What
Yeah.
do you use it for?
It's
What could you
so
possibly
it's
use a letter opener
It
for?
is exactly what it sounds like, it turns
yeah,
out.
exactly.
Who gets letters though?
I still do.
Do you open your email with it? Is that how you press the keys on your
No.
keyboard?
Him,
No.
probably.
Can I give you my reasoning for giving an answer I haven't given yet?
Sure.
Yes, please.
That would be great to do it in that order.
I'm going to lead. I'm going to go towards the answer of false for a couple reasons. I'm going to
You
tell you
gave
all
the
this.
answer first before giving the explanation, so not what you said, but okay.
If you would like me to give you the answers, then shut your mouth.
Gave the answer.
The reason why I gave the answer is threefold.
Okay.
Number
Like any good
one,
wallet.
Oh, you like a threefold wallet? We need to pause. You like a threefold wallet?
No, actually I'm a bifold, but
Yeah, because you're a normal person.
I think I had threefold for most of my life, but bifold is way better.
Way better.
Way
Sorry,
better.
Boo Boy, you were saying something about some game, I guess.
I'm not sorry. That was way more important.
are you ready for Boo Baby? Here we go.
Now
You
you're
get-
Boo Baby?
You get. I don't even know my name.
No,
Oh.
nobody puts Boo Baby in a corner.
Nobody puts Boo Baby. One is I think Pantsman put way too much effort into that one. I just don't think it's true. Two, I really don't remember what I was going to say.
I don't
And
remember the
three,
question. What are we answering right now?
He forgave a woman who stabbed him in the chest with a letter opener. It nearly killed him.
Got a kill?
Ooh, we can
uh,
drink for that.
Hey, wait,
The third
forgiving her nearly killed him, or the letter opener stabbing?
You have called out my grammar, and rightly so.
All right.
I'm still going with Foss.
Okay. Well, gang, we no longer have a tie for last because that
Yeah.
was true.
Boo Baby
Uh,
is alone in the corner.
I would like to go with I would like to go with Foss.
Well, you can double down on false. It's still wrong. It was true.
Okay.
After this is the part that I wanted to include somehow, but I just couldn't do it without it sounding too whatever. After like what happened was she sees him in a church. He spent a lot of time in churches.
Sure.
I'm also a little drunk, so I'm struggling to get this out. But basically, she goes to him in a church. She finds him. She goes up to him. She says to him, and this is a quote, "I've been looking for you for 5 years." And then she stabbed him in the chest with a letter opener. He had to have surgery. It was inches from killing him. And then he basically was just like, she's mentally unwell. I don't hold a grudge. I forgive her. Like, he was so forgiving. All right.
I'd say too forgiving.
I mean, yeah. All right.
You
Muscle
can
V.
be like
quick-
not cool with
quick-
it, but like
Quick question though, was she hot?
good. Oh, that is a
Jesus.
good question. That is a good question.
All right. Well, I did do that research. Obviously, I'm going to check with all the. I fact checked everybody in this, and everybody mentioned in all this. I fact checked them for hotness. She was, I mean, butterface, but yeah.
Shouldn't have forgiven her.
All right, Muscle B. When he was assassinated at a motel, the motel owner's wife also died.
Pantsman, quick question. Was she hot?
Well, like I said, I've done that research, and not really. No, kind of an old.
Also,
Bit of an old.
was it a motel or a hotel? Was it a motel?
It was a
6?
motel.
Was it a Motel 6?
Just back
I
there
couldn't tell you.
there wasn't hotels back then. They were all motels.
Was it Motel 6?
I don't have the
This
answer
was probably
to that.
this was probably Motel 1. This was probably the first.
Let me answer your question with a question there, Muscle V. Is the brand of motel indicative of somebody's hotness? Because otherwise, I didn't do the research.
I mean, I just need to know what kind of hotel chain it was. Like if it was a good hotel chain or a bad.
You're
hotel
not gonna
Yes.
know.
Well, none of it's a hotel chain because it's a motel.
It's the same thing.
A Motel
Li-
6 is a chain. First of all,
Absolutely not a hotel chain though.
Wow, fair.
When you go to Google and you type in hotels, a Motel 6 will show up.
All right, but if you tell me you stayed at a hotel and I ask you what, and you say Motel 6, I go, you did not stay in a hotel. And
According-
everyone would say that.
According to
That's not being pedantic.
Travelocity, it's part of the hotel stay.
None of this
section.
matters. None of this is related, but I do have a question because I think I know the answer, but I don't know if I'm just making this up. Is the difference between a motel and a hotel that a hotel you go through a hallway to get to your room, and a motel your room door is connected to the outside world?
Oh, that
That's
makes
a good-
sense.
That's a good question.
I've
Yeah,
always
I
said
thought-
that
I thought-
motels
I
are
thought it
2
was
floors
based on-
max.
No, I thought it was based on how many rooms a place offered. That was a
Oh.
differentiator.
Well, ours are probably similar then, Boo, because you can't have too many rooms if it's
Yeah.
horizontal.
It's based on how many rooms. I think that's
Is
the
that-
difference.
I don't know if that's right because I feel like there are some really small boutique hotels that don't have that many rooms.
But they're called a boutique hotel.
Sorry, where are you hanging out? What boutique hotels are you guys going
I'm
to?
kind of just guessing on that one, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think that matters.
Oh, I used a popular internet search. Nobody
son
can know
of
what
a
it
bitch.
is. A hotel is a large and closed building with hundreds of rooms
Oh.
across multiple floors, while a motel has 1 or 2 floors with outdoor room entrances. I think we're both right. I think
We're all
hotels
right.
are smaller, hotels are bigger, but also motels have outdoor doors and hotels have hallways.
We hit all of the facts about motels, weirdly enough.
Between
Can
the
you
three of us,
quickly
yeah.
can you quickly Google boutique hotel?
I won't, but here's what I will say. I love that we've arrived at the statement about his actual death, and our obsession is about the difference between a motel and a hotel. We're all going to hell.
Has Muscle V given his answer yet?
He
No,
hasn't even attempted.
No, because I asked a question that I really needed answered first.
You're not getting it.
What was the question?
Was it a Motel 6?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Great question. Don't have the answer. Not looking it up.
That's not in the gray text. Really?
I will spend a lot of time looking up the difference between a motel and a hotel, but I have no time in this game to look up what kind of motel he died at.
No way that it happened in a Motel 6. I'll just tell you that right now.
So it was a Red Roof Inn.
Jesus.
What was the question again?
The statement was when he was assassinated at a motel, the motel owner's wife also died.
I mean, that's
Well, are we talking about same day?
Like the same day. Yeah, yes, same day.
Because obviously she died eventually. She was an old motel owner. But
That's true. If he died in the 60s or whatever, the idea that she would still be alive today is not super likely.
it's pretty unlikely.
well. I mean, I know how everything ends. Obviously, they all die. So I'm gonna say true.
What? Wait, what do you
Okay,
mean
but
you
wait,
know how everything
specifically-
ends?
Specifically, she died on the same day. That was the point, not that she died eventually.
Yeah.
What do you mean you know how everything
know-
ends?
I know
need
how-
to hear more about that.
I know how movies end. Movies end with everyone dying.
Movies.
What?
You think the climax to the ending of MLK, where the climactic scene is his assassination, they're dramatizing his death. You think the climax is somebody walks into his room and goes, I know you're all grieving, but just so you know, some lady from the hotel also died today? You think that's the part that matters?
No,
I
because
know that there's some non-truths, but do you think that Pantsman wrote a movie? Do you
Okay.
think that's what he's pitching to
no,
us?
he didn't write a movie. I'm just saying, in movies, typically they kill the hotel or motel like people, right? Because they're like they always walk in. And they're like, "Hey, what's this guy's room?" "Oh, I'm not gonna tell you." "Okay, bam, bam, you're dead."
Can you name any movie that happens in?
Yeah, like 6.
No, name an actual
Yes.
movie.
My answer is true. Avi.
I just want you to
Alright.
name one movie
There's
that happens
that
in.
one movie with the one guy.
No, I want the name, I want a title, or at least a lead actor.
Let's go with Bruce Willis. He has to be in a movie like that.
Are you thinking of Die Hard? That's not a hotel.
No, I'm not thinking of Die Hard.
And also, that scene doesn't even happen in Die Hard.
There's other movies he was in that I'm.
I can't think of a
Highly-
single movie that Bruce Willis is in that has a hotel.
Can you
Granted,
please?
I have not seen Sixth Sense.
Yeah, can you watch every one of his movies, please, and let us know?
I've seen a good amount.
Can you rewatch?
I will. I'll do a rewatch.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Can we
I
get
know
a final
better.
answer?
I know better than to. It's never failed him in the past, except for the times it's failed him. I know better than to try to talk V out of anything. You're going true with this one.
Avi.
What do you
All
say?
right.
I thought you said false.
No, I said true.
He said
Wait.
true.
Brad doesn't know what the game you're playing there.
Take a
Yes.
drink.
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 Oh, boo! I meant boo. All right. Yes, that is true. It's actually really fucked up. So she was so
Well,
traumatized,
please tell us.
so traumatized by the sight and sound of death that she suffered a stress-induced heart attack and died.
Okay.
So the score stands.
Wait. She was traumatized by the assassination or just the idea of death?
What his specific death? Yeah.
Okay, because like if she'd never encountered death before, that'd be pretty wild.
Her like mom died, and she's like, "Nope, I'm out."
I mean, it's obviously tragic. Don't get me wrong, but it would be crazy if she just never ran into it once before.
All right. So at the end of the penultimate round,
Oh yeah, that wasn't the last round. That's right.
technically not the last round. We could end it here.
No,
I
we're
mean-
definitely doing the last round.
So, Jeeves, you're at negative 100. Boo Boy, you're at negative 1100. Muscle V, you're at plus 500. Now, at this point, I could still win because if you get the next round is for 600 points. If Muscle V gets it wrong, I might win. Jeeves, you still have a chance at winning because if Muscle V gets it wrong and you get it right, you will win.
So
Boo Boy,
hold on.
It's over.
If Jeeves gets it wrong, I automatically win.
That's a good point.
Well, here's the thing. While we've selected an order, that just describes, like we've been doing it in order. But now that you pointed that out, I'm going to make Jeeves go last because
Booyah.
because
But then, if I get it right, I automatically win.
no,
Yeah.
you're what? Okay, fine,
Yes.
but you're not going first.
Obviously,
I can do
Bruce should
this.
go first.
What
Obviously, Bruce should go
matters?
first.
What matters is that we've got an order that just assigns which question each of you get. So I'm not changing what question you get. I'm just changing what order I'm asking them. So
Yep,
Boo
we
Boy's
all got
going
that.
first for sure. It does
Yeah,
not
no.
matter how you answer this. So,
Nope.
but we're going to do it. MLK campaigned for JFK, but felt betrayed when he didn't move as quickly or as far on civil rights legislation as he promised.
All
Yeah,
I'm going
I'll
to point out is that they both use their acronym. I don't know if that's how you describe
Right.
initials.
Also, real quick, I forgot to mention this category is politics. It's a real bad category. I'm not proud of these statements. They're not interesting, but they are what I came up with, and they are kind of in case we needed extra time to kill.
So
I
okay,
do have a quick point. Did JFK not move fast enough because he wasn't able to because he didn't live long enough?
Gross, man.
yeah.
I don't
You think
I
Emma?
don't
Wait,
think
just
he
be clear.
dinged him.
Yeah, MLK is sitting there going, "This motherfucker promised me shit, and then he just
This-
up and dies."
This assassinated motherfucker.
This fucker.
So can I explain my reasoning right now? I'm not even going to tell you my answer. Well, actually, I am, because that makes no sense. I have guessed. I don't know if you guys noticed. I've guessed false for every single one. Not even
I
thinking.
did not notice, actually.
Yes,
Well,
I
actually,
have.
that is interesting because the last time we played Liar Liar, you said Pantsman would never lie to me. That's not something he would do, and you said true the whole way through.
Correct. I was hoping no one was going to bring that up. But, oh well. Um, eh, Even though I kind of believe this one's true, I have to, and because it does not matter at all, I'm going to have to say false.
Because of your principles.
Yes. And since it really doesn't matter because I've already lost.
And your
Genuine
principles
matter.
are always using the same answer regardless
Let's
of
not
context.
let's not waste time on this. It doesn't matter. It will affect. You're actually right. It was false.
Yes.
None of that happened. In fact, what did happen was he was jailed wrongly. So he was jailed actually. I won't go into more of that, but he was jailed. It was unjust, and basically JFK took a stance on that and said publicly that he was supporting Martin Luther King, and he was still running for president. A lot of people didn't know where he stood on civil rights, and because he took a stance in favor of Martin Luther King on that issue, a huge turnout from the black population. Many people cite as the reason he won the 1960 election. So he probably won because he took a stance in favor of Martin Luther King. At no point was, I mean, I'm sure they butted heads on how far and fast he went, but that was not, I made that bet up. So you won 600 points. That puts your ending total, your final tally at negative 500 points. You're in the neg, but you really closed the gap. You're at negative 1100. That was embarrassing. I think you put yourself in a respectable place in the end.
And wait, there's a chance I may not be in last place.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
a chance you could
Yeah.
tie for last place.
No, actually,
no.
if you lose, Jeeves, it's 600 points. If you get your answer wrong, you are at negative 700 to Boo Boy's negative 500.
Wait, I thought aren't I positive right now?
No,
You're
not.
at negative
you're
100, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Okay.
And for that reason, I'm going to make Muscle V, you're going to answer the next question. The reason being, if you get it right, you definitely win. No getting around it. But if you get it wrong, Jeeves might win, or he might super lose.
I'll either win or lose. That's great.
Yeah. But if I did it the other way, if you lose, Jeeves, you just are the biggest loser, and Muscle V doesn't even have to answer his question because he wins.
And we want to
You're-
make Muscle V talk as much as possible. That's
Yes,
always
and the goal here is like Jeeves, you're going to be the last one to answer, and what the outcome is, even if Muscle V is the winner, you're fighting not to be the ultimate loser. You're still fighting for something.
There's something on the line. Let's do it.
Muscle V. This category is so awful. It's called politics, and it's so boring. MLK Day was signed into law by Jimmy Carter in 1979, but was first observed in 1983. Whether it's true or false, it's boring as fuck.
It reads so factual.
It's so factual.
Yeah.
It's like the shitty thing you would read going into a museum.
Yeah, this is like the first thing you read in a bad museum.
Can you read that again?
Oh,
Can you give me a definition? Can I get a definition?
the definition.
In that sentence.
MLK Day was signed into law by Jimmy Carter in 1979, but it wasn't first observed until 1983.
So I'm wondering why it took 4 years for everyone to observe it.
Are you asking a question? I don't know what you're getting at.
I'm gonna go back to my previous question. Was it a Motel 6?
Oh my God. Yeah, it was a
Here's the
motel. He died
question.
in a Motel 6, and for some reason, that's not part of their advertising campaign.
Do you want assistance? Jimmy Carter's a very boring president. That sounds like something he would do.
Yeah, but have you
Um,
ever seen a law take 4 years to go into effect, or
like literally all of them. Laws take forever to happen. This was pre-internet too. People didn't even know about stuff.
they had radio,
Yeah.
newspaper.
They had radio. They had letter openers.
Yeah.
Like honestly, in all honesty, like a lot of times they stagger them because they just need it. Like the time it takes to get all the infrastructure in place to make it make sense takes time. Other times they stagger it because, like for instance, I know Trump set a law. He passed a law where there was a tax cut he passed, but it expires after he would have left office. So the idea was they basically built a time bomb. So whoever comes after him has to either renew a tax cut or be the guy who let taxes go up.
Uh, I'm gonna
Respect.
say I'm gonna say false because there's no way it took what you said 79 to 83.
Yeah.
There's no way it
I
took
mean,
4
if
years.
Jimmy Carter signed it, Jimmy Carter only signed. He was only 1 year, a one-term president. So that would have been, I think, a Ford thing
Yeah.
that he started observing, and he didn't do shit. So I think it makes tons of sense.
Yeah, but everybody was reading the paper back then. Like everybody would been like, "Oh, Jimmy Carter said,
I was reading the paper.
MLK Day on this January."
Well, I will just add
Do you think
just
you
for
would have read the
clarity.
paper back in the day?
Everyone read the paper.
Yeah, but you
I just
wouldn't
want to
have.
add some
No, I
context
wouldn't
because
have.
this is actually really interesting. So they were trying to get MLK Day passed for a very long time, and it you would think today like no brainer, just do it, why not? But it was actually really hard. Like a lot of people were against it for probably racist reasons, pretty much racist reasons.
Definitely
But
racist reasons.
but this was going to be one of the questions. I'm just going to bring it up because I think it's interesting, and I didn't know how to put it in a question that would work in this context. But apparently, oh boy, I forgot his name.
Jimmy?
The blind singer. Who's the blind singer?
You're talking about Stevie Wonder
Stevie Wonder.
or Ray Charles?
Stevie Wonder wrote a song called Happy Birthday about Martin Luther King's birthday, and he wrote it and released it to gain support for passing the holiday. Isn't that crazy? Like
Crazy.
Stevie Wonder had to get involved. That's how hard it was to get this passed.
Stevie Wonder
I'm
can
staying with my
make things happen.
answer. Did not take 3 years. False.
Okay. So you've logged your answer. Here's the thing. I don't have to tell you whether you were right or wrong. We're going to ask Jeeves his question, and then I'm going to reveal what the answer was.
No.
That's a good move.
It literally just occurred to me. It's within my power to do that.
Oh, well done. That's the best
All
thing
right.
you've ever done.
Jeeves. Oh, I'm so proud of this. Jeeves,
Oh,
yours
I'm
is
tense.
again.
I was supposed to be relaxed. I'm not tense.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Did you think that was true or false?
I forget.
Do you think
The
I'm right?
fact.
Do you think I'm right or wrong?
No, I forget the fact
All
completely.
right,
I forget everything.
the fact was, I can't believe we're putting this much into repeating the boringest fact of all.
Oh,
MLK Day was signed into law by Jimmy Carter
It's
in
true.
1979. You think it's true?
I think it'd be easy to fake because there's nothing interesting about it, so you could just change the years. But I think it was true.
Okay, so yeah,
you're
saying
you think
true.
I'm wrong. Interesting.
I do.
Okay.
I do think
It
you're
does
wrong.
not. Here's the beauty. The last time we played this game, everybody answered every question true or false. So everybody got a point or lost a point. But this one's different. It does not matter what you think, Jeeves. But it is interesting that you've logged an answer, which won't change the score, but will potentially make you either a king of being kind of good at this or a loser at really bad at this.
It'll at least affect hearts and minds, which is important.
This is going to affect whether you win big or lose really big.
Or medium. Literally any of the outcomes could happen.
No, you're either going to be the third or first place. You can't be second place anymore.
No, if I get it right and Jeeves gets it right, I still win, but he's in the middle.
Yeah,
If I get it wrong and Jeeves gets it wrong, I still win, But Jeeves is the biggest loser.
I'm going to pretend like that makes it more exciting. You could do anything. Anything could happen. So, Jeeves.
The world's your oyster.
He was jailed over 30 times for acts of civil disobedience.
I mean, obviously he was jailed a couple times. We know that. Like, it's just the question is 30 the amount?
I feel like it was his second home.
Jesus, you really...
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I want it on record that I only included things that were really fun and interesting or uplifting about him, some about his death, but mostly I was good about it. I feel like if we have to donate money, it's because of Muscle V's bullshit.
I'm trying to throw Jeeves off. I can say whatever the hell I want right now. It doesn't have to be true or not true. If I'm trying to mess with
it should be tasteful, is what I'm saying.
Disagree. You can be plenty untasteful. And I think saying it's his second home in this context is actually okay, right? Because he was trying to make things happen. He was trying to break the law on purpose, right? Because that's what they had to make change. I think that's totally fine. It's not like you're saying he was a vagrant who was just doing shitty shit to be shitty.
Wasn't Gandhi in jail for like years?
Yes.
Famously.
Yeah. The question is, and I think you already alluded to this, Jeeves. Is this true because, yes, of course he was jailed, or is it false because I have manipulated the numbers so that technically you'll get it wrong?
Watch, it's like 29. Right.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it could easily be that. I would say, I know that it was more than once. Like, let's put it that way. I'm saying it's got to be 30 seems like, I don't know what age he was when he died. I don't think you covered that in your facts.
I actually don't know. I don't know what year he died. I don't know what age he was when he died.
I would have said he was like in his 30s, which means we're looking at like over one a year at that point. I don't know. That just seems high. I would guess no more than 15. So I think it has to be false.
Oh my God. Jeeves, you break my heart so many times tonight.
No.
All right. I'm going to reveal first that Jeeves, in this instance, you were correct. It was false.
Let's go, baby.
So I'm officially in last place.
You've lost. Yeah, it's 500 to negative 500 so far.
Bill. Love it.
Now, here's the thing. This was a technicality question. He was jailed many times. Mostly for civil disobedience. Another technicality I included in this question, some of his arrests were for total bullshit. He was arrested for going he went 30 in a 25 mile per hour zone. Got sent to jail for it. And I think that actually was the injustice of being jailed that led to Kennedy doing his thing. It was out of order, these questions, on purpose because of how it ended. But I ordered them when I wrote them. So,
right.
Here's why I'm so disappointed in you, Jeeves. Because I was really trying to nudge you towards false. Because I didn't want you to say true. That's why I said the whole thing about I might be lying about the number. Because I wanted you to answer this way. Because I wanted you to get what that I just was fucking with you. You once again have the technicality question somehow. But
son of a bitch.
What did Muscle V say? Muscle fucking V said that it's probably 29.
Yeah.
Guess exactly how many times he was arrested in his life.
No way.
Get the fuck out
29.
Ooh.
I rounded up as a technicality question.
Wow.
And as much as I would hate for Muscle V to win, and as much as I hate the idea that Muscle V would have gotten something even like that didn't matter for him, that wouldn't get any points for that win, I gotta tell you, his question, which I will repeat for the 12th time, and it's just as boring now as it was the first time. MLK Day was signed into law by Jimmy Carter in 1979, but wasn't first observed until 1983. Another technicality question. It is not true. Reagan signed it in 1983. But guess what, Muscle V? You thought you were so smart because why would they delay it? Yeah. It didn't go into effect till 1986. So you're still an idiot. but you're an idiot that's very good at games for some reason, and I never understand why. You end with a top score of 1,100. You win everything. Jeeves
Fuck
still
yeah.
managed to pull out a positive score. Well done, 500 points. Boo boy.
What's
Even
up?
the guy whose only hope for winning was to convince all of you that I was lying when I was telling the truth and that I was telling the truth when I was lying. You got a negative 500 score. Do better.
Okay.
And that
Go back to-
concludes Liar Liar Pantsman on Fire.
No, I think we have to summarize that you also lost because you got in the bottom half.
It's my game. I don't have to summarize anything.
All right, fair enough. Hey, good stuff. I think we learned a tiny bit about MLK today. I say we do have to go on and get on out of here. It is about to be the next day. So,
Yeah.
real quickly, Muscle, what do you got for us?
And his reign continues. Let's go.
Ugh. What would the intern 2 Pops say?
Let's go.
There's no way he would say, let's go.
He would say, let's go.
All right. Boo baby, whatever you're calling yourself now.
Yeah. Just boo it up and have a good boo day, and don't forget to boo your neighbors.
I do not boo your neighbors, please. Pantsman, what do you have for us?
I have two things to say. First, I'm very proud that whoever listens to this is going to mistake some of my lies for truth, and they're going to believe those things happened with MLK. Also, I have a lot of like lemon lime sodas left that I just could not possibly drink in one single night. And so I have poured all of them into one mason jar, and I'm hoping that that will not go flat.
It'll make the story taste better. All right, what would Boo say?
Oh, I just think that MLK, I think he might have been Jewish. I don't know.
Why'd you make me sound like Bill Cosby?
It's dead on. It's just such a good impression. And I want to thank all of you for sticking around with us tonight. I hope you had a good time making some lies, making some truths. But we just want to remind you that even if you're lying about an irreverent reverend, you still can have some fun with it. God Daddy's out.